Do you think that is something that is true, that humor can only come out of something sad, or do you think that is a cliche?
I know that Wittgenstein believed that the most serious and profound problems and questions and issues could be discussed only in the form of jokes. I mean, I know in U.S. lit, there's a tradition from about the 50s and 60s called black humor, which is a very kind of sardonic, sad type of humor. I'm grasping for something interesting to say in response. I think probably sometimes it can be, and sometimes it isn't. There are forms of humor that offer escapes from pain, and there are forms of humor that transfigure pain a little bit.
Because in your books...
Does that make any sense?
Yeah,
okay.
Perfectly.
Okay.
I mean,
now the perspiration starts. Okay.
It's
It would help. You know what would help me? Tell me what you think. Like, if we do this as a conversation, it will be easier for me.
Yeah, sure. You know, I wrote my master thesis about Thomas Bernhard, and in Thomas Bernhard there's a theory that, you know, he had this lung sickness, so he couldn't breathe all his life, and his life was very hard for him. And also he hated Austria where he lived, and he thought they were all Nazis and was all this Catholic fascism, and he was just hating everything. But then out of that he developed this really kind of strange sense of humor. So his novels are very dark, but at the same time very, for me, very witty, and also this humor comes in some sort of music and all that. And I just wanted to know if you think that is true, that, you know, the kind of sense of humor you like, you know, comes out of this bitterness and sadness, and or if this is a cliche. Sometimes it's also a cliche, you know, it's like this tragic comic. And
the answer for myself is I don't know. I know that I know that that very often humor is a response to things that are difficult. In the U.S. there's a strange situation where, in some respects, humor and irony are political responses, and they're redemptive. And in another sense, particularly in popular entertainment, irony and a kind of dark humor can become a way of it's pretending to protest when it really isn't. Someone once called irony the song of a bird that has come to love its cage. And even though it sings about not liking the cage, it really likes it in there. It can be it can be both a wake-up call and an anesthetic. And the difference in the U.S. now is very tricky and very complicated, it seems to me.